Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Teoscar Hernandez is making his way back to the defending champs. He's been saying this since the beginning of the offseason. They wanted to go back. It seemed like it wasn't going to happen when they signed Michael Conforto, but as we all know, Dodgers have money to spend and they don't really care about that uh, luxury tax that seems fake to them. So, what's your initial reaction, Blake, to Teoscar Hernandez going to the Dodgers?
Yeah, it was a great fit last year. Obviously, he kind of bet on himself after a tough ending to his tenure in Seattle. Bet on himself on a 1 year deal and ended up parlaying it into a World Series championship. And he was a big part of that team. Um, hit 4 or 5 hole for them last year. He's going to slot in with all the Masters just fine again. He gets more deferred money. He had deferred money on his first contract with them last year. Gets $23 million more deferred. Yeah, it seems like the fourth year option kind of pushed this across the finish line. I was reading that the Blue Jays offered more money. Shocker, that happens all the time. Always swinging and missing on that one, but we'll save that for another rainy day. But yeah, it's a good fit. It's a good fit for the Dodgers, and yeah, the rich get richer. We'll go over and take a look at their depth chart, I guess. Um, yeah, we talked about Conforto. So Conforto and Teoscar Hernandez kind of manning the corners for them, as it seems. I like this fit for Teoscar because he's way more comfortable in right field. He was a +5 DRS in right, and he was a -8 in left last year. So he's a way better defender in right, and yeah, that will make them a better team with him in right field.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that the Dodgers not brought back Teoscar, but are going with the tandem of Conforto and Teoscar because they're not really the best defensive outfield options.
Yeah.
Obviously, they think Mookie Betts can be their shortstop every day, so they're moving him out of the outfield into the infield. But defensively, Conforto, Edman, Teoscar, it's going to be that's an interesting outfield, and
Yeah.
that's something that we're used to seeing with the Dodgers. I feel like the Dodgers usually, obviously James Outman will still be in the mix there. I'm sure Chris Taylor will have some defensive substitutions late in games. But yeah, it just a little bit weird in my opinion. Uh, but they have the pitching and they have the offense to kind of, uh, I guess, not really worry about playing that good of defense in the outfield.
Right.
Teoscar's never been great in the outfield. He
Yep.
did a good enough job last year, I guess. Um, so yeah, interesting. I thought he was gonna leave just because they did get Conforto, and it seemed like somebody would overpay, maybe the Jays, maybe the Red Sox. Um, but ultimately, he found his way back home where he wanted to be with the Dodgers, and hats off to them to continue to spend. And as the 29 other fan bases like to complain about, man, rich get richer, and Dodgers keep spending, and they, you know, if it was our team,
Oh, we'd be loving it,
You know,
100%.
yeah. So I get it. I get it completely. Interesting that they're the only team that does deferrals. I know that they have one of the biggest ownership groups in the league, but interesting that nobody really else is dabbling in the deferrals like they are. Obviously, there's been contracts in the past like that Nolan Arenado deal that will probably get traded sometime this offseason has deferrals in it.
Yep.
Other teams have done it in the past, but not to this extent. So.
Yeah.
Um, Interested to see where they go from here. Maybe they're done. They could maybe use one more starting pitcher. I say that just because even Dodgers fans will tell you,
Injuries. Yeah.
yeah, injuries, injuries, injuries. I'm sure that guy would probably be a Clayton Kershaw, if I had to imagine. Plus, if they get rookie Sasaki, you're looking at Snell, Yamamoto, Glasnow, Kershaw, Sasaki, and possibly Shohei Ohtani if he doesn't move to the bullpen. So that would be one of the best rotations of all time. But I'm also interested to see if they let go of Kershaw. I mean, Bueller just left to the Dodgers, didn't or sorry to the Red Sox.
Yeah.
I thought for sure Bueller would make his way back to the Dodgers. So, yeah. Other than that, this team's stacked. Maybe they
Yeah,
go
the
get
offense
Tanner
is
Scott or something, but
the offense is just ridiculous. It's so damn good. 1 through 9. I mean, you got Tommy Edman, Conforto hitting in your 7-8 right now. This team, like they're realistically, everybody might hit 20 plus home runs this year, 1 through 9. Like there's a legit possibility. If Lux gets it going offensively, but um, yeah, this is probably one of the deepest teams we've seen in a long time. It's crazy.
yeah, just for fun before we go, let's go check out where they're at. 358 is estimated right now with arbitration. They're estimated, right now 352 million. So
Yeah, it's the most money that team spent since the Mets a couple years ago went over 400, right? So, yeah, I mean, you don't want to say you pay to win, but yeah, it's I mean, like you said at the top, if this was our fan base, we'd be hooting and hollering and saying this is awesome. Like I get the frustration from other fan bases, but any team can do this. It's just a matter of spending the money, right? So yeah,
yeah, I
it's good.
mean, I don't see a world if you're a Rockies fan out there,
Yeah,
you're gonna have to fully rebuild and then hope for some luck because no matter what, I don't think even if you did a full rebuild, it'd be better than these three at the top. So
yeah.
I guess we'll find out how it plays out with these NL West teams. Corbin Burns is going to the D-backs. We're gonna get into that on another video, so check that out. But yeah, the Giants, the D-backs, the Padres. It'll be interesting how they try to counter this. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, or you're just fighting for a wild card every year. So,
Yep.
but that's gonna do it for this one. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. As always, we appreciate you guys for listening and watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.